There, my name's Matt. Lovely to have you company for the next 45 minutes with this amazing new collection from Stamps by Me, and also some other newness, as we like to call it, on the website. Do have a look at createandcraft.com for everything that is on this show live for you right now. Also, there is a live stream happening on the Stamps by Me YouTube channel right now. So do you know somebody somewhere else that's maybe not able to watch the TV, but they are near a device, they are near a phone, they're able to get onto YouTube and have a little look on there? Well, let them know, drop them a text. As long as they're not supposed to be working or doing something else like that, then let them know. Actually, no, yeah, do you know what? Craft comes first. Put everything to one side, let your friends know and spread the word that we are live on the Stamps by Me on the YouTube channel. Also, any old Adele, Irene, Joe, Tracy, Sue is on there. So, Wendy as well. There's lots of people there on the Stamps by Me YouTube channel. And the brilliant thing is you can be commenting on there too. So wonderful to have you with us, whichever way, however you're watching us on the TV or on the Stamps by Me YouTube. Speaking of Stamps by Me, Tony Derrick is with us live via Zoom on this show. So stay tuned for more demonstration and just to see Tony's smile. So you've got here, because it is all about, in fact, let's focus on that for a minute, because Tony's smile, Tony's presence, that's what I expect from Stamps by Me. When I see a new launch from Stamps by Me, I've got what I expect. So what do you expect from Stamps by Me? I expect wonderful florals, a great quality, but I also expect meaningful and heartfelt sentiments too. And that is exactly what you've got from this collection here, and some other newness on the website for this show too. But focusing on this collection first, because we can't do everything all the time. 20% of the stock already gone on this collection that we're talking about. To find it on the web, it's 585304. You'll see it straight away when you load things up. Combined value would normally be from the three sets 107.94, but today a club price of 76.49, so a saving of well over £25 when you get it today. And that's the value of one of your flexies, actually. 3 flexies of just over £25 will get you this deal now, £25.50 over 3 months. And club members saving £31.45 when you order it now. Now, we have mentioned Tony, and Tony's got the artwork together so we can see boards for exactly what we're getting today. How are you today, Tony? Hello.
Good morning, I'm well. How are you?
Very good morning to you. Really, really well too, Tony. Thank you so much for joining us live via the Zoom.
Are you welcome?
And what a collection as well. You know, I know as you're always such a bright, bubbly, positive person, that's what we expect from you, Tony. And that's what we've got, not just from you, but from this latest collection as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As always with Stamps by Me, we have lots of florals for you to enjoy with your colouring products. And we also have some fabulous dies where you can build the embellishments, make them 3D, keep them flat. I just encourage you just to enjoy whatever you buy, and the inspiration starts right here on TV, but then it never goes away. The inspiration stays on YouTube, it stays on our fabulous QR code. So we don't want you to buy our product, put it to one side and move on to the next product. We want you to use it and enjoy them. That's
right. I just pointed at one of the QR codes on the back of the packaging there, Tony, because I know that's something, you know, that always ahead of the curve with Stamps by Me, something that you treat very, very close to your heart is the inspiration and the guidance with what you're getting, and scanning the QR code and being on the YouTube channel is just that. It's positivity and inspiration from everything in terms of creativity. Tony, take us through the artwork then on the boards that you've got for us, so that we can see exactly what we're getting from the 3 big sets here, actually.
Of course. So the first one is Joy in Every Day, and you've got this beautiful elongated design here where you're going to be able to create some fabulous DL cards. It's got a large open flower on there, so you can go in and understand light and shade should you wish, or you can colour the green in too. It's got some really, really bulky sentiments also. But the great thing about them, as always, is we have some very uplifting sentiments. I love positivity. You know, I like to walk into a room full of smiles, and if there are no smiles, I will make everybody smile in some way or another. I do love a little bit of positivity, particularly with what's going on at the moment. So today is the day. You bring joy to our lives. Find the joy in every day. Even if we're having a bad day, there'll be something out of that day that will be really important, and we'll miss it because we're having such a bad day, but there will be something in that day that's really positive. So that's Joy in Every Day. The second one is, let's just get in there. This one is called Sending Smiles. So we have a large open bouquet here, several flower shapes, several designs on here, and then the beautiful sentiments, which are of like a balloon design. So something really different for Stamps by Me here. The sentiments are not your traditional two-tone fonts and flowy and pretty. This time we've gone block. We've gone a little bit wild this time, and it's really, really lovely, and people have absolutely loved them. And then lastly, we have Better With You, and this one is like a typewriter font, so you can get in there with your quickie glue pen, add the glitter within the lines if you want to. I'm going to colour with my alcohol markers in these words in this first demonstration, but again, you've got the outline dies for them all, as you can see, and the QR code on the back takes you to over nearly 500 videos of videos supporting any products that we've brought to you over on Creating Craft for the last 8 years. I know I'm old.
No, stop it. Tony, look, you didn't let us down there. You know, when we introduced the brands to anyone that was unfamiliar, when we introduced you, you know, it's all about your positivity, and it's all about sharing that positivity too, giving those positive vibes and radiating those positive vibes. And we can do that with ourselves when we meet our friends and people just in our day-to-day life. But we can do that with your crafting gear or crafting stamps and dies. And you've not let us down at all with this collection. And the samples too, the artwork from the design team. I mean, my goodness. You always give us the choices, whether we're stamping and embossing, whether we're stamping and colouring, whether we're maybe creating a background and stamping over it, and then maybe doing a faux bleach or adding detail again. Every sample here, you know, that one there that almost looks like pine cones with the sepia, that's amazing. Bright colours, monochromatic or dichromatic colours, and then really vintage as well, just the style. Seems like we're touching base everywhere here. And in terms of crafting, not skills, what's the other word? Techniques. I've noticed on the samples, you know, those that prefer to ink or stencil a bit, those that like to decoupage a little bit, those that like to colour. You've catered for a lot of different crafters with this collection, Tony.
We've done them. It's traditional what we do at Stamps by Me. The florals are designed in such a way, or chosen designs in such a way, that you are going to maybe understand Latin shade should you wish, but if you don't want to, the hard work's been taken out of it. Very minimalistic lines, so you can understand where to put the pen, where to put the pencil. But if you don't want to colour them, they'll look equally as beautiful just in that pretty stamp design. You don't have to add colour if you don't want to, and they'll look incredible in heat embossing. Yeah,
very, very pretty with the colour. But, you know, even if you're not colouring, there's this black and white one here with a white embossing powder that is just absolutely striking. That, I mean, that's the proof of a high quality, beautifully designed stamp, isn't it? If you can stamp it out in black ink or any colour ink, or just emboss it, and it looks striking. There's texture, there's shapes, there's dimension, there's patterns, there's shading. Then you know you are onto something with a high quality stamp, I believe. And I hope those crafters amongst us would agree with this as well. But loads of different styles here. And there's what I was talking about before. You know, you've got your stencil backgrounds, you've got your inky backgrounds maybe, your multicolours coming into the fore if you're just stamping onto bright white and colouring with these as well. 3 wonderful sets of dies and stamps that you've got for you today. Love that DL card. In fact, a couple of DL cards there. They're so hot at the moment, the DL. So $25.50 on the first of 3 flexis gets you the whole collection. And let's not just think about the fact that we're getting dies and we're getting stamps. We're getting the artwork, we're getting the usability, we're getting the angel policy to use them, the QR code, the fact that we look after them and we've got them forever then. So much value here for $76.49 to order now or on 3 flexis. 585-304. Oh, how thoughtful of you. Your thoughtful frames. Notice what I did there? Oh, yeah, very basic. So your thoughtful frames, you're getting 4 different die sets here in your thoughtful frames. 585-305. Cue the funky music. $71.96 normally. However, when you are a club member, 20% of the stock on our main collection that we've just seen gone, and also 20% of the stock here gone. It's also on 2 flexis of £27 to get those 4 frame designs. You'll get a closer look on the website, but one of my favourites is the Hawaiian one on the bottom right. And then your next set of frames, again, you get the 4 frames here. You can see how they cut with with that example artwork. This is the Uplifting collection, and it's 585307 or 307 to give a nod to the Peugeot range. £59.99 at the moment. However, if you're a club member, save £6 on that. It comes down to £53.99. You're saving about £18 or £17 on that. Amazing. £27 on the first of 2 flexis. Stronger than before. Those 3 words echo with Tony's positivity, Stamps by Me's ethos as well. Stronger than before. 585309. This collection is named after that main die set, but you're getting the other 2 as well there for you in the Stronger Than Before collection. You do also, you've got the dies on those to stamp, to die cut in for your designs. 585309. That's a really good value price at £15.29 in the club. And then just another collection to mention for you here to go with your show, or if you're building your basket. This is a really, really special price, seriously. It's 571609. £59.99 normally. Save £20, save another £25, oh sorry, £5, making it £25 saving when you get it today for £44.99, or on 2 flexis of £22.50. Lovely collection that with your feel-good frames. So Tony, I know you wanted to get into a demonstration first of all with this collection. Over to you. Show us what you've got.
Perfect, thank you so much. Right, so basically what I'm going to do for my first demo is a little bit different today. Very simple, but the effects look really complicated, but it is really, really simple. So I'm going to use a lovely Sending Smiles, and I'm going to use a large bouquet. Just push that in for you so you all can see exactly what I'm doing. There we go. I'm going to use this lovely bouquet on here. I'm going to chop it up so I can show you how, you know, such a simple design, which traditionally would be flat and coloured, can be 3D without using the outline dies. So first of all, I'm going to stamp the lovely design into this piece of white cardstock. So just in traditional black, nothing fancy, straight in the centre here. I might do it a little bit higher, and then just hold it in place with my magnet, and then we'll stamp this one out. So I'm just going to stamp it in any black ink pad. I'm not doing anything fancy with it. So I'm just going to use a black ink pad and ink it up and stamp the design out. Lots of lines in here to help you. Always follow the lines when you're colouring, okay? Never go against the lines. The lines are there to help you understand where to pop the colour, maybe some shading and things like that. So there we have our lovely, lovely, pretty design. Now, if you are a colourist, these are perfect. You can sit down, sample a lot, and if you're making 1 card, make 3. You've got all your kit out, all your stash out. So let's just move this one out of the way for now. So I already have one ahead of time here, as we can see. And I've started colouring it with some alcohol markers. And I just want to do this little petal here with some colour just to show you how easy it is and how you can work with the design. So I have 2 shades of yellow here in the Gossip alcohol markers. And all I'm going to do is just going to add the lightest colour into this petal here. So I have no, you know, degree in colouring, painting, anything. I'm self-taught, and my progression has just come through enjoyment of craft. So I know that you guys can do it at home too. You don't need to sit in a classroom and pass exams. You know, if the work is there and can help you, then so be it. So I'm using a darker shade here, and you see where these lines are on this stamp. I'm just going to go in with a darker colour. I'm just going to go over those lines. I'm not going to touch anywhere else. I'm just going to go where those lines are on that stamp and let that stamp do the work for me. When you pop your alcohol ink down, just remember though, it does go a little bit darker. The alcohol needs time to evaporate. So if you pop it down and it's a bit dark, don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself out. It will probably dry a little shade lighter or 2. So there we go. Let's just move this one out of the way. So we have this one. We have this one. And we have this one. So you can see now what's going on, and I have some circular metal dies. And all I've done is I've picked some areas of the stamp that I like. So I like this one here, I like this one here, and I'm going to pick this one here. I'm just going to pop these dies around. I'm just going to run them through my die cutting machine. Now, I've coloured them all just for just for demo, but if you know which pieces you're going to die cut with your dies, just colour the bits that you need, okay? Don't waste your time colouring it all. Unless you're going to use the waste, of course. Let's just move it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my plates here. And I can cut two at the same time, I think. So let's just cut this one. I'll just pop my plates in so you can see there. And then we'll cut this one and then we'll come and cut the third. So let's just pop them all on there. You see that there? So let's just run this one through. And what this is going to do is it's going to cut 3 pretty circles. I thought my die cutting machine was going to go have a wobble then. They do pick the moments, don't they? And then the last one, which has just got the pretty circle there, we'll just run this one through, and then what we'll end up with is 3 like circles, which has picked out the detail of those 3 pretty images that we've coloured. Oops, I'm knocking my set down now. So let's just pop out the detail. So we have one, which is the lovely large head. Just move this to the side. The second one, which is another size. Now you can use all the same die, you don't have to have the variation in sizes. I just think it will be pretty if we can chop up the size of the circles. And then let's just pop our last one on, which is the focal point on the base here. And we'll push this one through. I'll just stand my set up. I can't breathe, you know, in here. I constantly hold my breath all the way through the show. And then the last one will come through. And just be careful when you're taking your tape off not to tear your lovely design. And there's the third circle too. So let's just move our artwork out of the way. And let's create a pretty card. So I have a grey top folding note card here, as always. I have some sparkly glitter card, which I'm going to stick directly on top, creating a pretty matten layer. And then I have the design that we stamped. So if you're going to create exactly the same card as me here today, you need to stamp it 4 times, 3 of which you need to colour. But you don't need to colour all of the image because you're not going to use all of the image. So let's just pop this one in here. Give it a second to grab. And then the fun part is we're going to build the lovely, lovely picture on here. I'm just going to grab my foam pads just here. Now I'm not using thick foam pads, I'm just going to go with thin ones because I don't want it to look like a cake. I'm not a fan of the really big built up ones, but if you do like it big, you can obviously pop whatever you want underneath there. So first of all, I'm going to pick this one and I'm going to line the design up. So I'm just going to pop a pad underneath, just one. Trim it down with my scissors. And then what we'll do is we'll place our first one on first. So I'm just going to try and line that design up best I can so we get that lovely circle there. Can we see that there? And then our second one too. And with this one, I'm going to double pad this one. So I'm going to take that one off. So we've just got like rise and fall in our card. And then I'm going to line this design, and the great thing about this is going to match and connect. So I'm just going to hold this over here. We'll very carefully match that design back up. Can we see there? So we have like 2 circles there, and then our last one is going to be flat. And I'm just going to line that design up, and the way that we've cut it, you're going to get some coloured elements of the design. And you're going to get some non-coloured. So it's going to be like, wow, how have you done that? And then all I've done ahead of time is I've cut the Be Yourself, and I've put some glitter card behind so it all matches, and I'm just going to pop this one flat. And you could add some sequins, which I would do, but I've got another great demo, so I'm not going to faff with sequins. Hopefully that will grab, but there we go. So you get the sort of dimension in there with the 3 circles. I hope you can see that. I'll just tilt it this way so you could just see down the side. There we go, you can see your dimension. But it's just something a little bit different. So rather than a traditional flat card, you have something that's maybe got some dimension.
That's superb. Tony, thank you very, very much. It's a gorgeous cover, very stylish as well, with the colour, just,
Thank you.
sort of like a little eyeglass picking out the colour, or a magnifying glass going over and saying, let's just focus on the colour here. Love it to bits. And that was just one demonstration with many, many inspiring pieces here in the studio, and more to come from Tony as well via Zoom. But, you know, it's all in the title. The collections here, you can tell from what they're called in how creative these are going to be. Joy in Every Day is the first one. You've got Sending Smiles with the second collection in the middle, and then you've got Better With You with the third collection, just as the camera pans across. Loads of positive sentiments like life is better with you, you couldn't be more awesome, awesome friend. So different fonts here as well. Open fonts ready to colour, open fonts ready to maybe stamp and emboss maybe onto card or vellum, and then you've got other really nice words like you know, sending smiles, as we say, or lovely friend, or just simply the word smile, or you make me smile. So positive, really nice, bright, uplifting words, great images from the flowers as well. And they're craftable, they're colourable, they're stampable, embossable. You can do so much with them. And then just that wonderful last collection here, Joy in Every Day. You've got the phrases, today is the day, and also you bring joy to our lives. So some real positive, uplifting, happy, spreading goodness, spreading love words that goes with your flowers here. Your main collection is $76.49. It's a superb price in the club. Also on the show, we've got the Thoughtful Frames. The Thoughtful Frames are the first group of 4 I want to mention to you. You've got 4 lovely designs here. It's $585,305. To order these. You get them today for a really cool price, $59.99, with a nice saving anyway. And then if you're in the club, that's $53.99. And you've got the special sunflower, lovely lilies, hand on heart, and Hawaiian lattice. The hand on heart is the wonderful one with the fingers making the heart shape. Also, you've got the lifting frames here. More positivity from the uplifting frames, $585,307. They're also a really good price, $59.99, but if you're in the club, $53.99. And you'll get things like your dragonfly, your butterfly, and also your trio of butterflies. Also, there's the Stronger Than Before set. Now, this is a set of 6 dies where you've got the words, but you've also got the outside edge die, so you can cut them in or out of your card if you want. And it's the words Stronger Than Before, Sparkle With All Your Heart, and the one that we just used on our last demonstration with Tony there, Be Yourself, with a nice heart instead of an O for yourself. £8.50 on the first of 2 flexies, but if you're in the club, it's even less. It's $7.65 to spread the cost over 2 months. They are $585,309. Straight back over to you then, Tony, to see what else, because you said you had some more demonstrations for us.
Yeah, just before I get into that demonstration, I just wanted to quickly show you this fabulous die set, which, you know, the packaging, we try to explain it best we can, but sometimes it's not always achievable. So I just want to show you the Stronger Than Before, how you get this beautiful, like 3-dimensional butterfly in there. So obviously the 0, or the O, should we say, has been removed and been replaced with this beautiful sort of 3D butterfly element on there. Really, really different. And the great thing about it is, if you don't use the outline die, it stays within the page. But if you do want to take it out and use it as an embellishment on its own, you can do that too. Sparkle as well, you can paper piece back in, it looks incredible. And Be Yourself, it does it in the square and out of the square. So really, really unique designs, these ones, quite big ones too, which is super cool. So for the next demonstration, I'm going to use the Hawaiian lattice. I'm trying to get through all of the lattice dies to show you them all. So if you are sat on the fence thinking, you know, I'm just going to wait and see which ones I like. I know a lot of you did buy yesterday, and thank you very much. But I am going to show you this one today, and it's got the lovely sort of lily design in there and the tropical flower design in there. So first of all, let's cut. Show you how fabulous they are when they are cut. I'm just going to cut them into some white cardstock here using my fabulous cut and boss. I'm just going to move that card from there. And then let's just pop it on. I'm just going to pop it on a slight angle because it cuts a little bit better. And then we'll just run this one through. So thank you to everybody who's joined me on the first sort of like studio live from my own studio. It's lovely to see you all. And thank you for the support from Creative Craft too. It's been incredible. You know, all the people on YouTube, and just really, really lovely to see you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this one out, and you can see it's cut absolutely beautifully. You know, dies have improved so much over the last 10 or so years. You know, they come with a lovely coating on now, and then all you have to do is just pop out all of those pieces. I have to give them a flick with your finger, pull all of those lovely pieces out, and then, I mean, it's not the most intricate of dies, but it has detail in there, and look at that, cut straight away. No mess, no other tools used. Absolutely fabulous. It's a credit to the machine as well, I guess. So let's go on and create something quite pretty. I'll just move this one out of the way. I'm just going to grab my Eureka, and I'm going to work on the lid of my Eureka because I don't like the mess on my posh counter. So I have a piece of watercolour card here. I'm just going to create myself a pretty background. So I have my sparkle pens. There are some sets of these sparkle pens still available on the website. So go check those out if you do like a bit of sparkle. So I'm just going to pop some of this lovely, in fact, what I will do is let's do a wet in wet technique. So I've got a big brush here. I'm just going to wet this cardstock just with some water, and then we can create something quite pretty in the background. Sparkle pens, get some colour on here. So I'll get that colour down. So a bit of purple. Bit of red. Giving them a good squeeze, get that juicy colour out of there. And then when they're dry, they're so sparkly. So I'll just quickly dry this one off. And if you see the sparkle coming through straight away, it's really, really lovely. I'm just going to pin it down so you can see. I do like to add a little bit of water because you can get a blend if you want to. You don't have to add the water though. It's personal preference. And what we're going to do is we're going to create maybe a Hawaiian themed card, just because of the super bright colours on here. And then once it's dry, which it nearly is, it doesn't take long. You'll be able to see that sparkle hopefully in the card. There we go.
Oh, that's lovely, Tony. That's lovely. I thought your microphone had gone a bit strange there, but I think it was probably because the heat tool was on, wasn't it? There you go. Panic over.
Yeah. So let's just clean that down. And let's start to put our lovely card together now. So easy. You will have, if it's not the sparkle pens, you will have watercolours, pens, pencils. I know what you're all like. If you're anything like me, you'll have been buying and buying and buying. So I have a white top folding note card here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this one flat onto the white top folding note card. And I am going to use a bit of tape and glue just in case it wants to move around because it is a little bit damp. So I think we'll go this way.
They are
So they should
such
fit
bright
straight
colours.
onto the top of our card.
Lovely bright colours on that, Tony. So like you say, have a look at the website for the different gossip pens, the sparkle pens, your alcohol markers that you used in the first demonstration as well.
Yeah, you know, there's lots of, you will have, if it's not just my brand, it'll be a lot of, you know, we all watch Create and Craft, we all love everybody's stuff. So, you know, go and check out what you like. So there we have that. And then what I did ahead of time was I cut a black one and a white one. So it was like, are we going to put them both together? Are we going to chop them up? But let's have a look which looks the best. So this is the black. I think we should go black. However, if we put the black on top of the white, we could cast a shadow. So let's just see how that goes. I'll just drop it down slightly. And then when we pop it on, look, we get that lovely white shadow. So let's go with that, hey? So let's stick the black on the white. So we'll try and maybe think about drop shadows with your gold mirror cards, your whites, things like that. And just pop it on and cast that, just drop it down a little bit. And what will happen is you'll have a little bit of overhang at the top, but that's not a great shake. I'll just trim that away with my scissors. So you can see there now we've got this lovely, lovely design. Just by popping that drop shadow in, it's made it look 3D. So let's just chop away this excess white under here. And then let's glue our embellishment onto our card. And if you can use a glue that dries clear, you're onto a winner then. So if you've got a bit of a tremor or a shake and you're a bit of you're getting glue everywhere, don't worry about it, you know. Just use a glue that dries clear, and then it doesn't matter where it goes, as long as you don't get it on your curtains, I suppose. But I mean, when you come to craft, it doesn't really matter. So let's just give that a good push down, and you can see we've got that lovely, lovely, pretty design poking through there. And then ahead of time, all I did was, today is your day in white, and I've matte and layered it onto some gold, but because I haven't got much white in my card, it's sort of fighting with the black. So all I'm going to do, I'll just show you a little quick technique, is I'm just going to pop some yellow onto here. Not much. Just going to give it a little bit of a spritz with some water. And then I'm just going to pop my design into the colour there. So my sentiment is no longer harsh white or in my face. So I've just pushed it back a little bit. Let's just dry this one. And I like the sort of distress, it's not all over. It doesn't have to be precise or coloured with light and shade. Let's pop a pad behind here. I'm looking around for scissors and they're all over.
There's one, yeah.
It's weird because yesterday I was saying things like, oh, here's one I prepared at home. Well, I am actually at home. So I'll just remove the backing from this 3D tape here. Let's just move the Eureka out of the way. So it's really personal preference. You can stick it straight in the centre. I'm going to do it off to the right because I really like that flower poking out at the top. And there we go, just a pretty coloured, vibrant card. And that is the size of the die, so you know that Lovely. They are quite big.
Yeah, quite big. Yeah, those big frames, those big die sets that you're getting here today, those are your wonderful frames. They're actually in 2 sets of 4, aren't they, Tony, where you can get the 4 different designs. You've just used the Hawaiian one with those lovely flowers there, the Hawaiian lattice. I kind of want a ham and pineapple puff pastry parcel now when I say Hawaiian lattice, but We won't go there. But yeah, you've got 4 different sets of frames where you can cut that detail in. Tony, I couldn't help noticing you also used the stamp from this collection here. This is the Joy in Every Day, and you used your Today is the Day stamp there. It's a really nice message there, just giving someone a bit of a bounce on a happy day. And then you've got your other florals and sentiments, but that's where the word came from. Today is the day for the stamp from Tony's last demonstration. That's in the Joy in Every Day collection. So $53.99 for your thoughtful frames, which is where we got the Hawaiian frame from. Also a few samples there from the main collection we've been looking at with Tony today. But we do need to mention a couple of other favourites on the show. Have you already loaded up the website to have a little look? Are you maybe watching Tony's live feed on her YouTube channel? Well, however you're watching the show today, a very, very good morning. This is something that we thought we should deserve special mention now. On createandcraft.com you will find these other frames. These are the thoughtful frames, 583305. To order them now, they are $53.99 in the club, or £27 on 2 flexies, spreading the cost. There's also some samples over with you, Tony, I believe. Is that right? To see just a little bit of finished artwork.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to show the hard work of the design team, because they do work incredibly hard. And it's such a shame if we don't get to show you how amazing some of these cards are. It's all good and well me standing here demoing them, but there are so many ways to use these fabulous products. So you can see here, colour behind. So this is the So Thoughtful collection. What about using a very similar concept to what we just did, where you pop the colour down and then you run your die through the coloured background? What about just stamped on there using the lovely Be Yourself? This one is the one where you can use the centre part as a focal point on a stamp. So if you have a loved one's face, a picture where you've enjoyed and you've been and loved, things like that, or you can colour them, or maybe use them with the collection you're stood with there, where we can highlight a focal point on one of those flowers. This is the one that we did yesterday in a demonstration, where we highlighted one of the flowers. I also decorated the coordinating envelope, which is a lovely touch. I do encourage everybody to decorate the envelopes too. Here's a take on the card that I've just made earlier, and that was from Karen, I believe. And then what about shaker cards? You know, pop the acetate in there, use them as stencils. You can stencil through all of the lovely images. And then lastly, what about a paper piece in one? So you can paper piece. So this one is the So Thoughtful collection. Would you like me to show some samples of the ones with the butterflies?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please, Tony. So the So Thoughtful collection there, featuring the lovely Hawaiian lattice design that we just used on our demonstration just now. This next collection you're about to show examples for, Tony, this is the one with the lovely dragonfly on it, the trio of butterflies as well, isn't it? Just for a couple of the designs. But you get four different frames.
Yeah, so you will have seen yesterday's demo. I did this pretty dragonfly and I put lots and lots of sparkle. I know a lot of those lovely crafters like the sparkle of things. So you can see here this lovely dragonfly where I just put the sparkle on there, and it's just in white cardstock, and then I 3D'd it on top of. So you can see if you do like the big, bold, sparkly cards, you can do those cards too. But if you do like the simplistic cards, i.e. with colour, washes, texture, then you can do that too. So that's one that I did yesterday. But what about if you're a fan of your alcohol inks? So you do want to pop the alcohol ink colour behind. That is just die cut in black and stuck on top. Then we have some paper piece ones where you can just paper piece those designs back in. Black with the lovely sentiments, the lovely bee, everybody's loved the lovely bee too, so you can paper piece the bee back in. The Be Yourself is the bee. You could put a double E if you wanted to, take an E out of the bottom design like so. What about this one? This is actually paper pieced on there too. Use your sparkly card, you know, it's just endless. It goes on and on and on. You don't have to do them 3D if you don't want to, but if you do, they look incredible with the wings. I just want to quickly show you, while I have everybody's attention, hopefully, how beautiful they look if you leave them in a card. So let me just quickly show you. So if you were to die cut them, which is what we can do here, look, you can die cut them and pop them just standalone on a card like so. But if you want to leave them in a card and 3D, look how beautiful that is. There is not much more needed to that card. That is patterned paper in the background, and the butterfly wing has just been 3D'd on top to create this beautiful, beautiful embellishment. And I don't have to do anything else to that. I would be overwhelmed with that sort of card if I received that one. What about with the trio of butterflies then, where we can 3D the trio of butterflies if you want to, you know, in a card, leave it within a card. We all have those fabulous pretty papers at home that we touch and we smell and we never use. One for now, one for later. Well, now's the time to get them out, pop them in the background, put some sparkle on, should you wish. And then lastly, the lovely hand on heart. So that's the lovely, like the ones with all the butterflies. And oh, sorry, I've mixed that one up.
Yeah, it's from the Thoughtful. Yeah, the hand on heart is from the Thoughtful. That's the bee, yeah. The bee.
So here we go. Yeah, so we have the lovely bee on here. I didn't 3D the bee. I've left the bee completely flat, but your imagination is absolutely going to run wild. And then we just have a couple of flower ones where, again, same concept. You just pop the die on, pop that coloured cardstock behind, and you have a 3D card, a stencil. You can colour, you can put your glossy accents in. The lattice, I left this one paper piece, this one back in here. So paper piece, take out, pop your colours in. The lovely lily. These make great stencils as well. So you have your card blank, should you wish, and then you have the element on its own. Absolutely gorgeous.
Lovely. Oh, thank you for squeezing those in, actually, Tony, because you showed us the Thoughtful collection as well, didn't you? There, the Thoughtful collection with the florals and with the lily and with the Hawaiian one as well, and then the Uplifting. The way to remember it as well will be Uplifting with the one with the wings. You've got your butterfly, your dragonfly, your trio of butterflies, and the bee. All those four. That's the Uplifting collection. So both sets of four really cool as backdrops. But Tony, I noticed how a couple of the samples, they sort of overlaid the bee with the florals, for example, because you've got your florals in this collection here as well. So it's about mixing and matching also. So loads to see on our website if you have just logged on or tuned in. We've been looking at different collections here with Tony Darroch at Stamps by Me. Main collection is here, and you've got your details on the screen just to the left of Tony right now, which is the Together A5 stamp and die collection. And you get the coordinating die to cut out the outline of your florals, and then you get all the really wonderful uplifting and positive messages too. 585304 for this collection, and then have a look at the website for anything else that has taken your fancy today. Tony, thank you for showing us the artwork today. That's what we've seen today, a couple of samples from the design team, and then the one on the right that you made. Tony, are you back again today?
Yes, I'm back today at 4:30 with Nigel, and I'm going to do a big card in that show, a really big A4 card.
Oh, looking forward to that. Huge one. Okay, look forward to that show with Nigel. Thank you so much, Tony. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Oh, it's like she was just about to go through like the Channel Tunnel there.